So here we are again, folks, with some H1Z1 base design. This is the previous design, Pleasant Valley Revision 3. Built it in Pleasant Valley because we had a secret stash situation set up, but unfortunately we got hit by some cheaters and the secret stash was cleaned out. So without the secret stash, it's not really viable to have this base in Pleasant Valley. It's very exposed. Pretty easy to get randomly sniped from the roof of the base, just due to the high areas that are around the base, and just the frequency that players travel through Pleasant Valley. So it's kind of a big target. So the other problem we were having was, even though we got vehicle storage, even the vehicles are buggy. We had an instance where we had a truck in this little storage area here and logged out next day, logged back in, and the truck had somehow sunken through the foundation and was under the base and couldn't be removed. Every time I tried to drive it out, the roof of the truck would be blocked by the foundation of the base. So it's not worth having a garage if the cars are just going to bug out. Because I mean, they're fairly protected, but protection doesn't do any good when you got vehicles sinking through foundations. So I've rebuilt a base purely for foot traffic. It's designed to basically not allow any vehicles to access the base at all, which makes it much more secure. There's no secret stash, of course, but the stash is very well protected. There's a lot of barriers in the way that would have to be destroyed to even get to the main stash area. So we'll take a look at that now. So this base incorporates some of the design elements from the Pleasant Valley base, in particular the stash area. You'll notice that this stash is pretty much the same way as it was in the Pleasant Valley stash, except now we have a staircase here, making it easy to get down into the stash and get out of the stash. There's no reason not to have a staircase here at this point. So what we have is we have an entrance that's footbridge only, leading into a narrow entrance. There's buildings all along here, so the idea is that someone would either have to blow through these gates or blow through these buildings to get further into the base. This entrance is actually kind of tricky because you have to get through all these gates as an owner of the base, close this gate so it would be covering this door, and then you have to open this gate and jump across to enter the base normally. And then you can get up on the stairs and you'd run across the roof here, and then you'd jump across, open this gate, jump on the barrel, use the gate as a bridge to get on the roof, and then you could get to the primary stash. So if someone were to attack the base, one other thing you could do is there's an extra gate here, so you can either open this to have like a double barrier here, or you can leave it closed, and if someone happens to be attacking at the base at the time, you have a chance to close it behind them and actually trap them inside if they haven't been able to blow off like any of these wall sections. So all these lower buildings are single square buildings to allow for hopefully maximum amount of explosives that have to be used, rather than putting large structures down here that can, once they're destroyed, they basically open up 2 squares at a time. They're hopefully only going to be able to open up 1 square at a time. So if they come in the door and they're trying to blow straight to the stash, they'll have to blow through 1, 2, 3 buildings just to get to the wall of the stash. I mean, this is very difficult to get into. Even when you own the base, it's kind of a pain because you gotta walk all the way through, and you come back all the way on top of the roof, get on the barrel, and then you gotta get on the second roof. So it's a big zigzag pattern. Anybody trying to blow through from either direction is going to be using a lot of explosives. The only access is to the stash that's viable is from this barrel, which can't even be accessed unless this gate is open. Otherwise, the other thing I designed in here is there's a single building under this section that the idea is hopefully that it gets destroyed, so it makes it even more difficult for people to get to the primary stash. You got to keep in mind that, yeah, you can use these staircases, but that doesn't necessarily mean that even if you blow the buildings that are in the way, that you'll be able to get to the primary stash. There's actually a gate here and a gate here for even extra insurance to cover this primary stash area. So right now I only have like a phase 1 fleshed out to get the base started. So take a look at that. So here you've built the ramp or the stairs, 2 foundation expansions. The gates have been placed because they have to be placed first. Otherwise, any buildings you place around them will prevent you from placing the gates. Put a temporary barrel here when things get started so that you can use these gates. So you'd open this gate here, come up the stairs, jump on the gate, and use this as a bridge to get to the stash. So even starting out, it's decently secure. And then you just kind of flesh it out from here. Looking to scout a new area to place this base, hopefully looking to place it kind of like on top of a mountain so that no longer will people get sniped from above, which is what's been happening with the Pleasant Valley base due to its location.